Happy birthday, Cafe. Rafa Benitez, 61 today. Wish he was still bloody Newcastle manager. I'll tell you that for now.
It's another view from the van with Paul from Magpie 24/7. Driving strong opinions on everything Newcastle United. Magpie 24/7. By fans, for fans.
How is everybody doing? Once again, it's Paul from Magpie 24/7 in the van. Still no time off for me. Where's my 6 days of Steve Bruce? You useless piss flap. I will never change. I will never give Steve Bruce a fucking inch. Whether he was sitting beside us, the only way he would be doing that is if I was carting him out of Newcastle. Because, well, if you listen to the people in the press, he's that good, he could probably manage Barcelona or Real Madrid. But que sera, and alas, he is not, sadly, and he is still the Newcastle manager. And he's been talking today in his press conference about next season. Oh, I can't wait. I'm like a coiled spring with another season with fucking Mike Ashley, the fucking biggest cheapskate in the fucking universe. And Steve Bruce, who, when he does get money, uses it on bastard Joe Linton. Fucking hell. I know he had a good game against Spurs and, you know, give him credit and stuff like that, but it was a big bump to earth last week, wasn't it? When he was once again absolutely shocking, as others were, to be fair, against Burnley. He was absolute played dog shit again, didn't he? Let's face it. But yeah, the thought of another Steve Bruce transfer window, more apologies and apologetic shite coming out, protecting the regime. Oh, Mike Ashley, oh, he's a great owner. Oh, he's done so much for this club. Oh, he's fantastic. He's given us his support. Oh, yeah, like that's a good thing. Like that is an actual good thing. Goodness me, only at Newcastle. They're like a marriage made in heaven, a marriage made in paradise, a marriage made in heaven. Them do. One can't achieve anything because he's fucking useless at football. And the other one doesn't want to achieve anything because then, oh, I might have to put my hand in my pocket and sign a few more checks if we get into Europe. Or, yeah, no, we don't want anything like that. We don't want any success, or we don't want to build anything because, oh, no. But then we'd need more players, and more players means more money. And I like to sit up on a night counting me fucking pennies every bastard night because I'm such a fucking tight bastard. Mike fucking Ashley. Goodness me, these two, honestly. No wonder he hated Rafa Benitez so much and wanted him out the door. Oh, we need a new training ground. We need new facilities. We need a striker, not a Joe Linton. We need players. I want the women's team incorporated into the main crux of the centre. I want them to be professional. I want this, I want that. Money. And then you got Steve Bruce in. No, I'll do with another free transfer, because obviously he's got such a bastard great track record when it comes to free transfers, hasn't he? Fucking Ryan Fraser and Jeff Bastard Hendrick. Oh, give me a fucking break. And then even when he does spend money, he fucking splurges his entire fucking load over Joe Linton. Jesus wept. Poor Mrs. Bruce. After being wined and dined on apple fucking, what was it? Apple pie and custard. Oh, you're beautiful. Ban! Can't hold his fucking load. Useless Brucey is fucking probably useless at every bastard thing. I tell you something, Mrs. Bruce was probably one of them ones who voted in the Chronicles poll. He's a useless bastard. He's no fucking good. Get rid of him. And then she's probably thought afterwards, oh shit, if he gets fired from Newcastle, he's going to be at home, or oh no, fucking hell, man. Probably phoning up Mike Ashley and Lee Charney. Please don't sack me, useless bastard. I don't want him at home. He just makes a fucking mess. And it's another fucking person to have to look after, clean up after, and see to his every fucking need. Because honestly, between Lee Charnley, Mike Ashley, and Steve Bruce, is there, in a football sense of the word, is there one of them that can turn on a bastard light switch? Because they are all utterly useless and couldn't want to piss up in a brewery, could they? Unbelievable. It really, really is. He's come out today on the press conference. That is Steve Bruce. Don't worry. Just for a second there, did you think I was on about Mike Ashley or Lee Charnley? Nah. Don't worry, folks. No, them fuckers talk less than less than ED. Jesus, wet man. They never fucking talk and communicate, despite promises and notes in programs and stuff like this. Nah, them do never talk. But when Bruce talks, he normally talks shite. But on his press conference, he's talked about Jamal Lascelles. He said he is absolutely desperate to get back. Lascelles loves his Bruce ball. So yeah, he can't wait to be back. So he's hobbling around in a plastic boot. Well, showing me age here, but a bit like Blake here on the buses. I'll try and bring a picture of him up. For those of you who are a younger persuasion, check out On the Buses when he's hobbling about as the inspector. But yeah, Lascelles, he is out. He says he's going to try and get fit before the end of the season, but let's face it, if he's hobbling about in a boot now, it's going to be a good sort of 6 weeks or so, isn't it? These things don't sort themselves out overnight, so the likelihood is we're not going to see Lascelles back. Now, Fabian Schär, he was pictured back at training, and everybody, all of a sudden, like, oh, he's back. Fabian Schär's back. But unfortunately, you know what Bruce is like. It's the same situation we had with Callum Wilson when we saw him back and then he wasn't involved in squads and this, that and the other. He merely is stepping up. He's come back. He's back into the country. He's back on the training pitches. But his aim and his focus, which he's consistently said, to be fair to him, throughout all of his interviews, is the Euros. You know, he's going to, again, like Lascelles, I'll try and get back before the end of the season. I'll try and get back. But it isn't going to happen. If they're rushing back, and there's talk, I know he's out of contract, but there is talk about a 2-year contract extension for Fabian Schär. Rushing back, could get injured and miss next season. And let's face it, it's going to be the same faces next season that we've had for this season, and what seems like every season since we've been up into from the Championship. The core of our team, because of lack of investment across the board, so rarely changes. It's the same faces, the same characters, the Shelbys, the Lascelles of the world, etc., etc. But yeah, I can't see them coming back before the end of the season. Lejeune's deal will tie him up for the season as well, so we won't be seeing Florian Lejeune back. We won't be seeing Fabian Schär back, and I can't see Jamal Lascelles being back this season. It'll be pre-season for those lads. Get them back in, and I bet they can't wait, like coiled bastard springs, to have another Steve Bruce pre-season underneath them, which is probably what, fish chips, mushy peas, and a fondle under the fucking, I don't know, fondle under the fucking bridge or around the back of a fucking bike shed or something like that, Humber Bridge, or where else has he fucking been to, around Old Trafford or whatnot. But yeah, another Steve Bruce pre-season, which is just probably drinking games, who can vomit last, those sorts of things. I can't imagine it being the most technical of pre-seasons, shall we say. But yeah, we're trying to get them lads back for pre-season. Somebody who is back and was chucked into the deep end last time out was Fernandez. Again, somebody else who's negotiating but hasn't agreed on a new deal at the moment. So Newcastle getting into the squeaky bum time on his contract. He hasn't agreed anything, according to, again, rumours doing the old round. He came in. I thought he got better as the game went on, shall we say. I mean, the first half was not great for a player who's Mr. Consistent and comes in and normally grafts hard. He wasn't great. Got better in the second half, but we need a massive step up, in performance from Fernandes, no doubt about that one. But yeah, he spoke today about Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson will not start this game. I'm sure of that. In the same way that everybody was surprised to see Alan Saint-Maximin on the bench against Burnley. People are going to have that same surprise, shock, anger, disappointment, whatever it is, against West Ham, because he'll be benched despite his fantastic record. He's got a great record against West Ham. He always seems to like to score against these bunch of bastards. So yeah, it'll be an option off the bench, but Steve Bruce has talked about muscle injuries and this, that and the other. He likes to, and this is what made me laugh about his press conference. He's talking, muscle injuries, blah, 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 and about bringing players back too soon, blah, blah, blah. I thought, you've got an absolute fucking cheek, you cheeky bastard. This is the man who's rushed players back left, right and centre, giving people lectures on muscle injuries like he's some sort of fucking expert. What he knows about fucking science and this, that and the other, and medical science and muscle injuries and stuff like that, you can probably write down on the back of a fag packet and still have plenty of fucking space left, even if you wrote in capital twat and letters. Jesus, wet man. He goes on like he's some sort of like, Jose Mourinho in his absolute prime, or Pep Guardiola. It looks like a cross between a fucking dinner lady and a bouncer. It's just embarrassing when he comes out with this tribe. But yeah, there's no doubt about it. Callum Wilson will be on the bench, despite the fact that we are crying out for him to come back into this system and to go back into the Graham Jones system, with the Callum Wilson playing off towards the right, Miggy through the middle, and ASM doing whatever the fuck ASM wants to do, because he's that goddamn good. But yeah, I mean, that's the system that's going to get the best, I think, out of Miggy. I don't think he's as effective as has proved on the last few matches. When he's played out wide, he is way better in that central position. It works so much better, but it doesn't work better when you've got Dwight Gale, unfortunately. As much as I'd like Dwight Gale to be banging them in and playing well and this, that and the other, no, he's not. He keeps fluffing his chances. He had another chance last time out, a fantastic, it seemed easier to score than to miss. Missed, of course. He's getting into the positions, I suppose, but it's just not happening for him at the end of this season, like it did at the end of last season. If you remember, he was banging a few in before getting surprisingly injured again, last season. But yeah, we need Callum Wilson back, we really do. But I can't imagine Bruce, with all the waffle that he came out today in the press conference on about muscle injuries and coming across as like Dr. Hillary Bastard Jones, I can't imagine him risking Callum Wilson. So you've got to think it'll be Dwight Gale up top again, and then behind him, anybody with an absolute pair would rotate John Joe Shelby and Joe Linton. Unfortunately for Steve Bruce, and for Mrs. Bruce for that matter, I don't think that Steve Bruce has got a pair. So it's rather an easy decision. It'll be the same players, like I've said before. It's the same names week in, week out. He's scared to make certain changes, it seems, or to upset certain people in the dressing room. And John Joe Shelby, West Ham supporter as a kid, always likes to bang on about West Ham. He will get a start, we know that. Joe Linton will get a start, and it's just a shame because there's players in there, the likes of Willock and stuff like that, who you look at it and you sort of think, what's he done wrong since coming in? What has Joe Linton done in the last game to warrant being picked? He was decent against Spurs, no doubt about it. One good game, and how many? You can maybe say he was okay here and there previously, but he's probably had 1, 2 or 3 good games out of the entire season. We need more from a record score, record signing, and our number 9. Despite all the, I know people will be saying, well, Joe Linden, it's not his fault, blah. We still, all that money, and you expect a little bit, I still expect a little bit more than, a little bit, a fucking lot more than what we're getting, to be honest. If he was a piece of electronics or something like that, I'd find the receipt and take him back for a refund, even a credit note. Who else have you got? Jesus, wet man. But yeah, them were the main talking points today. Talked about the fact that Spurs was our best performance of the season. Looking for a similar performance, but to get the points. For me, say it again, points at this stage of the squeaky bum bit of the season are all important, and we need to be getting points at home, especially with the fixtures we've got coming up. So let's get the points, but there's no reason why we can't have points and a little bit of a performance behind it. So yeah, looking for Newcastle to get the win and to inch us another little step towards safety and salvation. So yeah, let me know what you thought about Steve Bruce's tirade today, what he had to say, how he enlightened us with his football knowledge. And we thought Kevin Keegan was the Messiah. Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, I hope everybody is okay. Take care. Keep it tuned. And I'll speak to you later.